my first thing is, so we can touch on a lot of stuff here, and I want to hear sort of about the clowns in general. But first, there is a storyline going on, and for a lot of viewers, either listening on the VODs or in the other places, wherever else, might not know sort of like the gist of the story. So I don't know, Mungo, Ray, Chatterbox, you guys can obviously fill in, but who wants to sort of take a stab at like, what's the quick version of this insane story that has happened in 4.0 and got us to the probably what I would say is one of the best scenes in 4.0 just last Friday.
Ray, you're probably the best to go over it.
I'd agree with that.
No way.
Yeah, Ray,
it's so hard
because you've got both sides of everything.
Oh, okay. Long story short, my character is a drama menace, okay, and out of character, I just want to stir stuff, and so I just made Bon a mortal enemy. Unfortunately, because I really love role playing with Mungo, and it's so sad because I hate that we're enemies, because it's like I can't just like hang out with you anymore. I'm kicking myself in the butt for that, but anyways, so yeah, my character, she hangs out with lots of different groups of people. She's got she's developed this sort of attachment to Chatterbox, which was very unexpected, but it feels like it's working quite well. I got plans to ruin that though. So
whoa, leaks already.
Whoa.
But rewind. So 4.0 starts. Raymond ends up in, because some people might not know this, Raymond ends up in the clowns, and Chatterbox, correct me if I'm wrong, like you would say Chatterbox is sort of the leader of the clown, or at least maybe the most recognizable leader of the clowns, would you say? Never mind.
I didn't know. I didn't really know too much about the clowns. I still haven't even met all the clowns. Like there's so many of them.
The leadership in the clowns is very amorphous.
Yeah. But I do feel like Chatterbox takes on this role of leadership even when he doesn't want to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Raymond ends up in the clowns. Let's start there. How does that
happen
and then go from there?
Yeah, back to the story. Sorry, I will get so sidetracked. I'm not like, okay, she's like pretty much like hanging out with the clowns a lot. Bon is kind of like pushed away from the clowns, joins BBMC officially, which brings Whippy into it, which is awesome because Raymond and Dundee kind of have some beef. From 3.0, we got a shootout a long time ago, so it just feels like the perfect catalyst for disaster, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It just led to a bunch of stabbings and drama, and I think we're kind of chilling right now. We're in a filler episode arc.
It kind of went from Mickey, you were involved at the beginning there, right? Like,
oh my God, please don't call me Mickey. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Sorry, man. It's hard to go.
I'm gonna lose my.
It is hard.
Sorry, man. Twitter, that's a curse too. So I mean,
Chatterbox.
Sorry,
Self-insert Chatterbox, username Chatterbox. He is used to doing shit like that. So.
Yeah. So wait, you named yourself? Sorry, the Blau thing first. What were you gonna ask him?
Oh no. He was going. I was just saying, don't call me Mickey.
Oh,
I
was
will
ask,
lose my shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask Chatterbox, like, how did you came up with your username after you started playing GTA?
So yeah, because I roleplayed as Chatterbox. I started in 2019. That's way before I started streaming. And then I didn't even want to stream, and then like somebody convinced me to do it, and my wife was actually trying to convince me to do it just to try it. When I got a NoPixel, I'm like, oh, I'll try it, but I didn't know what to put. So I just put Chatterbox, right? And I tried it, and then it just kind of stuck. Oh, there goes Mungo.
Cams down.
Apparently my cam's down. Sorry.
Man down.
Oh God, oh no signal.
Yeah, so like I don't know. Because I only planned on ever streaming this one character, right? And that's basically all I've ever done. It's kind of the same as like Twinkles and them, right? Like it's I'm just cringe like that, right?
It's not cringe. It makes it easier to find your channel.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's that, or I was just gonna put my real name. I was gonna put Jagger, but I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I think it's cringe.
Did you know, like, so when you start, did you know, like, I'm I want to dive into this actually. Did you know like what you wanted to do with the character Chatterbox? Like, did you know how much of that was prepared versus you just went with it?
Well, so it's funny. So when I first started doing it, like I played on this other server, right, which I will not name because it's not good at all. But like, you know, all it was gangs, cops. There was nothing else. There was no such thing as civs. There was nothing like that, right? And that pissed me off, right? Then I saw this clown van. I'm like, I got an idea here. I'm just gonna try to be a clown and like just be a weirdo, right? And so I started doing that, and it started as Chatterbox being kind of like a serial killer, kind of, right? I would like go and I would convince people to come with me to the fun house, and there'd be like 20 people, and then every single day I did the same thing. Like they all play games, they have to kill each other. I never killed anybody. They would kill each other to get, and then one person would walk out the house alive, right? So then when I went to NoPixel, I was like, hey, this ain't gonna work here. This ain't gonna work here. I gotta change some things here. And then I'm just like, I'm just gonna take L's and just be the worst villain in the world. And then it kind of just evolved from there. Yeah, because when I first started, like, I got banned from the Roosters Rest instantly because I started like kidnapping employees and messing with them. And yeah, it just took off from there. And then the character evolved a lot since. Like it's changed so much just to try to adapt to kind of how NoPixel is. And I just wanted to like kind of just have fun and do nothing that was like, you know, too serious. Like fun conflict and that's it, right? No serious conflict because you know it's just not my thing. And now I'm at a full blown SPS, kind of serious but not serious character now. So.
I love the 3.0 moment where you snitched on the Roosters Rest and got the whole entire place raided, man. It was amazing.
That was the one and
you.
only. That was the one and only time I ever got like hate, like because people were like, "Oh, you metagamed." I'm like, "What?" All I said was, "Lang Buddha took me and put a bazooka in my face, threatened to kill me, and then walked in the Roosters Rest with it." And then they raided the place, and I'm like, "What? I didn't even."
Was
have
actually
proof, I
true?
just said it.
Was it true?
No, it wasn't true. I made it up. I was just trying to put heat on Lang.
You trusted Chatterbox first.
Yeah, you know
man.
what
It wasn't me. I just remember it happening. It wasn't me.
No, it was not real. It was I just made it. It's like that's the whole bit too. Like Chatterbox will like make up a bunch of things, but then at the same time he'll admit a bunch of things, and then the cops don't know what to believe, right? The amount of times in 3.0 when I said, yeah, I got 10 guns in my apartment. They're like, no, you don't. And I did. All PD guns. I had them. Oh, yeah. I would take gambles. I'd be like, let's see if this cop will get me. I don't know. If I get caught, I get caught, right?
They don't believe you anymore.
I only got raided once and they caught me with guns. Well, that was only one time they believed me went. Every other time, they're like, nah, he always says that. And they were there.
Ray,
Yes.
you have an interesting history with the clowns that I think actually started in 3.0 and now has gone into 4.0. How did it go? Definitely from enemies now to, you know, being Raymond Hiccups, right? Is the clown
Yeah, it was
persona.
pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy in 4.0. I mean, pretty much all of 3.0, I was with Chain Gang. But he walked away. Can you even hear me? Like,
We're listening, Ray. The rest of us.
Oh, Ray, of course.
Hey,
is the
no way
oh
you
my
asked
God.
me a question
Ray is
and
the
walked
only,
away.
Ray is the only one who's ever called me out for this,
who
and
am I
I do this every podcast. Okay, Rachel. Okay, stop.
should call him out.
Also, you guys need to know. Okay, Rachel. Sometimes I hang out at your house. Sometimes, can you trust me? Sometimes, please, Rachel. Listen, I go
look
through
me
like
in the
two.
eyes when you're speaking to me.
Fine.
crazy.
I go through 2 cups of coffee right before I do this podcast to make sure I'm locked in and it goes through me and I have to pee. Okay. So what I do is I do this thing where I quietly look at chat and I point to my wireless earphones. And yeah, it is a little weird that I am peeing and listening, but like, it's like, well, fuck it. We're streamers.
It's so
right?
gross. That's so gross. And
sorry.
now look, Mungo's cam is out again. It's all disaster.
Sorry, new camera guy.
Everything's falling apart.
Welcome to
Disaster.
Roleplay Podcast. Listen, we carry the scuff of NoPixel over to the podcast. Ray, your story
Okay, yeah,
with
no,
the
it's fine.
clowns,
You can
where does
go
it start?
potty. You can go potty.
I'm
I will just try to not envision you peeing while I'm talking to you about this. Okay.
Bro, you're the
So-
only person who has had
God.
this problem. I do this every episode.
Well, sorry, I care about proper
Yeah.
human interactions. Okay.
All I think about now, he's on the toilet.
Yeah, this is so gross, actually. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. So all of 3.0, I was with Changing like the entire time. I didn't really hang out with anyone else. And so
Right.
with 4.0, I wanted to really try not to be like tied to one group, but like just be part of many. And so that was my goal, just make as many friends as possible and just try to have as much fun as possible. And so I ended up throwing away my expired ID in the trash can at Senior Buns, which was found by I don't even know which clown found it.
It was
Scruffy,
Scruffy.
I
and
think,
Scruffy
yeah.
gave
Scruffy?
it to, Scruffy found it, and then Scruffy gave it to Chatterbox. And I'm like, Chatterbox like, oh, I know this idiot. Like that kind of thing.
There's a funny scene of when we found it. Actually, we're all standing on the boardwalk, and he's like, Chatterbox is like, Raymond. Oh yeah, she sucks.
I saw that clip. She
Good impression.
sucks. But I remember being at work and you guys went to Senior Buns and like harassed an old lady with my ID and flashed it. And I was like, that's my expired ID. And then ever since then, like then Benji got involved and like ended up stabbing Chatty when he was running away. And that's how it all started.
It's just crazy how it all flipped, right? Because originally Chatterbox wanted to hunt and kill you.
Moral enemies.
Mickey got involved to solve it. Bon was trying to solve it to protect Ray. Now everything just flipped. Boop. Now Bon's on the opposite side. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit.
It was so sad. I remember when I decided to kind of like be a menace to Bon. It was when you dropped Ember accidentally. I know it was an accident. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this as an opportunity to like mess with him. And so I just made Raymond believe that you threw in on purpose. And ever since then, we became enemies.
Wait, hold on here. Mongo, was it an accident?
I swear to God, the accident.
It sounded like it was.
It was an accident in that I meant to drop her, but for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's like the smelter area and there's a guard railing above one of the smelters.
Right. Yeah.
And I had her on my shoulder and I thought I literally misjudged the distance. I thought I was going to press E and she was going to drop off my shoulder and she was going to be like, ah, and then land next to the smelter.
Next to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But she kind of went way further out than I expected her to and landed in the lava.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
She went in the lava.
It was sick.
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't seen that clip.
Damn.
That was a while ago, but that is kind of where the beginning of like
Our
Bonbon's
characters,
like split with the clowns and his like tensions with Ray started.
Come
good,
back.
It's good though. I love it. I love it so much.
How do you guys feel about conflict? Does it feel like it brings you guys closer in a way to where like you haven't got to like interact in that kind of way, or does it really push you away from each other?
Like conflict with each other, you mean?
Yeah.
It's well, with each other, it's so easy because like we all like we all
Same page.
Yeah, if you're on the same page, it's like you
Yeah.
could do whatever you want and know like ain't nobody gonna be upset. You know what I mean? It's really like you're super comfortable, right? Because these are people we've been role playing with for a long time, right? So like with Bon, especially like, you know, I could go and say some wild things to him, and no, he knows how, because I know he can separate himself from his character, right? So it's in a way it does bring us closer together too, because we're basically acting together and doing stuff together, right? Whether it's conflict or getting along, we're still doing stuff together, right? And it's really fun. I love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. Like, I don't know. It just doing conflict, especially when you're on the same page, kind of allows you to bounce off each other in a different way to when you're being friendly. Obviously, it's different sometimes. Like maybe you don't know someone as well, and there's a little bit of like some sort of tension or whatever. But like Chatterbox said, I've known him for a long time, and I don't know. With Ray, it was very easy because it felt. I think when it's very dramatic, like from the beginning, when everything's very, very dramatic, like it's kind of easy to get a read on how people are going to play it.
Less serious.
Yeah. And I could tell that at some point, I think it was when like Raymond gave some information to the clowns, and I was like, she's kind of leaning into this, so I'm going to lean into it back and like further continue to antagonize her then.
Yeah, that was when I like truly like I lied to you and betrayed you. entirely. And I pretended to be on your side, and then I ended up snitching.
Ooh.
And then I
what-
became #1 hit list.
What about you as far as conflict?
I find the conflict's good because like if I can roleplay with you as a friend, it's also like if we're both egging each other on to create conflict, usually we both know, oh, they want this, they're asking for it, then you can go screw with them, and then usually it's a good result. It's usually fun because like this is a war about like good story, and it's not like an ego war, like it's not like a Southside gang war. It's like it's actually really fun because you can fiddle around and you don't need to like actually worry about like you know what I'm talking about with like
Yeah, it's
Southside
about
gang
friendship.
wars, like,
Yeah, it's about friendship, betrayal. It's more of a deeper storylines than gang, bang, bang. You know, you're dead, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're
Gang,
not gonna
gang.
worry about like guys, do we got enough guns? Get 3 cars out, get the squad out, okay?
Right.
We're not gonna worry about that. You can do like just actual good, role play. That's what I like about the clown stuff. And I remember like what was like back when I used to like back in 3.0 when I went to war with Mandem. Like that was a lot of fun too. It was like a bit gang, but it was still really fun. But conflict. I always get scared when conflict happens because I'm so used to like NoPixel 2.0 war meta, and I've still got like PTSD of that. And so like when conflict comes, I'm like, guys,
what was
I
that
don't know if we wanna
like?
get into this.
Oh,
Was it
Valkyrae,
like
you have no idea.
I have no idea.
Have you ever played the game
either.
War of Tanks? Have you ever played the game War of Tanks?
Yes.
Or
no.
like War Thunder?
Oh no.
It was very PvP driven. It was very toxic. It was very I'm better than you. Get shit on. I'm gonna just teabag you and move on with my life.
Oh no.
It was Call of Duty. It was Call of Duty roleplay. It was. I hated every second of it.
It's why it's why I sometimes avoid conflict because it's like I think the thing that I hate is like whenever people, and by the way, this is why like the scene that you guys create with like Mungo, you having Bon going to the IC, it's like, yo, if you get like shot or stabbed, it's like you're injured, right? Like that's like a moment to create. I think my understanding of 2.0 is it was like you were shot, you're in the hospital, you wake up, you start talking shit again, and then go out
Get
and
back
like
up, soldier.
yeah, get back up, shoot again. Like people were like getting shot like multiple times at like basically just like respawning and just fighting. So instead
Pretty
of
much.
like
It was like 4 a day.
instead of letting the scene breathe, you know.
I have a question.
Yes, go Rachel. Sorry, Ray.
Random question, but like, what do you guys want out of 4.0? What do you think would improve it at this state?
Ooh, I mean more storylines. Honestly, I think we need more storylines.
Really?
We're talking about today. Yeah, I think we need more of that for sure. I think people are.
Is there a lack of it?
I would say so, and I'm biased. I would say people are focused on the grind / making money and progression, and not really thinking too much about the stories around it.
I agree. I do feel like people are very rich, getting very, very rich.
I wish
like
I wish
30K.
there was more characters. I wish there was a little bit more characters. Kind of how like when 3.0 started, like I was like, whoa, like it was crazy. So like when 4.0 was coming, I was like, oh, we're gonna get that like really big pump of people gonna be doing more characters and stuff like that again. And we did get it, but we didn't at the same time, right? Because everybody was so like right off the bat, everybody was so worried about we got to make some coin, and that was like there was like G6 trucks everywhere. Like Senior Buns was full. Like Senior Buns is fun. Like the grind was crazy, right? And I didn't know what to do with myself at first. I'm like, I was a little lost because like there wasn't really much because nobody really wanted to do much because everybody was so focused on making money. Like it was like, okay, you talk a little bit, but I gotta go. It was like that for the, like really, really, it was really like that. And now I've noticed that, and this is just like my POV of it. Like I just noticed like the city got quieted down a bit, right? But more in like there's still a lot of people around, but everybody's working. Everybody's working, right? So if I want to roll around and try to go start some stuff with somebody, it's like I really got to look for people. It's weird, right? Senior Buns died down like crazy until like the boost came back. Now it's a little bit more life in there, but everywhere else, like it's just like it's hard to find people sometimes because everybody's kind of just focusing on
themselves.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to find a lot of people to role play with because everybody's so focused on the grind right now. It's like it's crazy. I get it though.
Like,
I do get it though. I do get it. Like, and it's it's hard for me to say things too because like I don't do mechanics. I don't grind at all. I don't do any of that. Right? Like other people got different goals than I have. Right? So like I get why they got to do it. But
What's your highest rep check?
That is a hilarious question to ask.
I don't,
There
even,
is
I don't even,
no
I don't even know
shot.
what I don't even know
No.
what that is.
You wouldn't have rep
Rep-
with anyone, I guarantee.
Have you worked at Senior Buns?
Yeah.
did.
Until they kicked me
What's
out.
what's your number? What's your rep there? What do you think
I
it
have,
is?
I don't even know how that works.
Is there a civ job you haven't done?
Yeah, you think I'm gonna run sanitation? You crazy? I did senior buns because I could talk to people and cause some things. That's it. Everything else, I'm like, I did G6 once. I'm like, this makes no sense for my character at all. Like, this doesn't make any
Yes,
sense.
Exactly.
You know what's funny about that? I had a similar experience where I did like 2 grime runs and I was like, okay, this is the worst thing ever. So instead I went and got dressed up in like a shabby hoodie and I stood out the front of the Senior Buns with a hobo signs and just went, we'll sell jokes for money. We'll tell jokes for money.
Did
I
it
made
work?
like, yeah, I made
It
like
does-
$4 an hour, but it was way more fun.